Hello and welcome to Riverside Tech. Today we are reviewing the Canon 1200D DSLR camera. I've had this camera for over a year now, and it's been a great first camera that really helped me get into the world of photography and also start this YouTube channel. It's been a decent camera, and here's its review. So, let's first look at the build quality. It's quite large, chunky, and is made mainly of plastic and rubber. It looks like most of the other Canon products, only with a few less features than some of the more expensive ones. On the top of the camera we have an optical viewfinder with 5 different focus points, which tends to be pretty snappy, but you do need to press in the shutter button for it to focus. There is also a dial to change the modes of the camera, and a few other buttons and dials to change various settings. There's also a shoehorn adapter and a flash, which are all fairly standard on most modern DSLR cameras. On the back we have an LCD monitor, which is used for simple menu options, a gallery, viewing of videos, things like that. It is bright and vibrant, and you can see it in many sunny conditions. Onto the side of the camera we can see that there's few ports, such as a HDMI, a remote and mini USB for file transfer. There is no mic input on this microphone, which for me, trying to make YouTube videos, is very important if I want to video myself and put in an external camera to increase the mic audio quality, which is a shame that it's not here on this camera. On the bottom of the camera you have a small flip bay that also houses the SD card and batteries. This camera takes the EFS lens from Canon, which is huge, so you won't be lacking in options to choose from in the lens range on that front. The autofocus I tend to find is mediocre, and there's also no continuous autofocus, so you always have to hold the button every time you want to focus on something, and I tend to find this can be really annoying when trying to video, as it focuses pretty slowly and makes it hard to change the focus when you're trying to record footage and keep it looking good. So let's talk about the sensor, image and video of the camera. The camera is packing an 18 megapixel full frame sensor, so the pictures are extremely high resolution and good quality. However, I did find that it took pretty bad photos in low light. You can either export the photos in either RAW or JPEG when you're taking them, so it can be useful for beginners who don't have any idea what RAW is or what you want to use RAW for, and keeping image sizes down. For video for the camera you can have it as 1080p 30fps and 720p 60fps, which isn't great, and I would have really liked 1080p 60fps, but Canon cameras tend to be known for lacking in terms of frame rate at higher resolutions, unless you go for a more expensive camera. And 1080p 30 is still a pretty decent resolution to be recording at. Looking at the photo quality, we can see it's got a pretty good, crisp image, with good colour and quite a bit of clarity. So I would say overall that this is a good camera for a beginner, but it is lacking in many features which gives it the lower price. If you want to spend more, you could maybe get a 4K 1080p 60fps with an articulating touchscreen, Wi-Fi and microphone input for your camera, which I do feel are pretty vital for a camera in 2017, and this camera does lack that. It's a good camera nonetheless, however I would recommend something like a 750D instead, as for not a great deal more money, you get most of the features I just said are missing from this camera, so it might be good to go and check that out. But if you can get this camera for a low price, it is still a good camera for taking photos and videos, but don't expect any fancy options from it. Please like and subscribe this video, and stay tuned for more videos from Riverside Tech. Thank you.